headquarters of common sense.
Talk Radio.
Let's talk a little bit about this story about innocent drinks.
Yes.
Because this is a bugbear of yours.
It really is. So, I mean, I had issues with innocent smoothies from the beginning,
right,
because they came across as this, lovely, we're doing everything right. We're not adding sugar to our drinks, and it's all good for you, and it's great. Firstly, I'm going to firstly talk about what's happened to them now, and then talk about my bugbear with smoothies and juices. So, innocent drinks have been guilty of greenwashing. So their ad has been taken down because they had this kind of cartoon ad that was kind of giving the impression that they were greener than they were, but actually they still use a lot of their stuff is still single-use plastics. Right. For me, they should be single-use plastics should just go. I mean, then that's one of the things that during COVID, with all the masks and the tests and all of that stuff, all of that plastic that's been polluting us environmentally, it kind of blew my mind. Yeah. Just before that happened, we got rid of single-use straws. Right. And then we got all these tests in. I know. And masks in. It's and
nobody said anything.
Nobody said anything. Once you said anything about it, you were a COVID idiot, which is, I'm taking that as my title now.
Yes. Although I've not heard that
COVID
phrase
idiot
for a while.
Yes, no, it's not.
It's sort of gone away, hasn't it?
It's kind of gone away. Well, it's just kind of gone away because everything you and I said has turned out to be true.
Turns out the COVID idiots were the other lot.
Exactly.
The ones that thought it was a real problem.
They were the COVID idiots. But so it comes back to this. So they were giving the impression that they were much greener as a company than that they were pretending to be. And so their advert got banned. Right. And rightly so.
Yes. But of course, all the people who buy into what they do think they're doing it for a good reason because they believe the propaganda. I can't believe how stupid people are. But they go, just because somebody says they're green, it doesn't make them green.
No. Absolutely, and just because something's got healthy written on it doesn't make it healthy.
Also, the other thing that people don't know about Innocent is that they got bought over by Coca-Cola some years back.
Ta-da!
So you kind of go,
okay.
Do you remember when they made that water? Coca-Cola tried to make that water, which ended up getting kicked out as well because it was meant to be proper water, but it wasn't. They were putting something into it. Yeah. And I don't know why they do that. Why would you put anything into water and pretend you weren't putting something into it?
Because they just want you to get addicted to things.
What was it called? Asani or something like that?
Aspartame, wasn't it? I'm not sure.
Something like that.
Anyway, but the reality is that these big companies like Coca-Cola are really quite sinister, and you just step away from them. But I don't
think about sinister, but they're certainly commercially based.
Oh,
they're not thinking.
They're pretending to be really loving and kind and wonderful, and they're not. So I mean, when you're
making Christmas ads.
Thank you. So when you're doing something like that, I find it, because it's not honest, I find it sinister. Okay. That's the way that I kind of feel about it. I don't like the creep. I like straight talking, and I like honesty, which is sorely lacking in society today.
Good luck finding that on the Dow Jones.
Thank you. Oh, I know. But going back to these drinks, we must bear in mind that, because I know that I speak to lots of mums who we're all struggling now. We've got obesity, a huge obesity crisis in Britain, and we want our children to be healthy. And I see a lot of mums giving their kids smoothies and squashes because they're thinking, at least they've got some vitamins and their minerals in them. But just don't do it. Please don't do it, because they're just full of sugar. Give them water and give them the whole fruit. Yeah. Because there's two main reasons why you shouldn't be drinking juices or having smoothies and things like that. Right. The first one is often when you kind of mush up a fruit and liquefy it, it's the sugar in it is fructose. And fructose sugar, unlike glucose sugar, doesn't get metabolised by the whole of the body. It gets metabolised by your liver, and that can cause quite a lot of problems. Okay. So you don't want to be drinking, just this fructose in its pure form.
Bad for your
and
teeth
secondly,
as well.
if you look at a smoothie bottle, about a kind of 250 millilitre smoothie bottle, and see how much fruit it's got in it, if you're eating the whole fruit, you won't be able to consume so much. Right. So it makes you consume more without getting the fibre and without getting everything else that's with it. So my advice is, if you do want to give your kids fruit juices or smoothies, water them down substantially, or give them the fruit and a glass of water. It's much better for them.
Absolutely right. Just getting some information here from the team. Dasani water is what it was called.
Dasani.
Coca-Cola uses water from local municipal water supplies, filters it using the process of reverse osmosis. It's already sounding crap, isn't it? And adds trace amounts of minerals, including magnesium sulfate, potassium chloride and sodium chloride. Salt.
So can I just say?
So they're selling you literally water with salt in it.
So water with salt in it. But this is what bad food does.
Why would
to
you buy that?
They take something and they strip it. They strip it of all its goodness, and so you've got it, and then they fortify it. Right. If anything has fortified written on it, steer clear of it. Don't touch it. Okay. Go and get it in its natural form. Don't get it fortified. Yeah. Get it in its natural form.
There you go. Drink water. Water is best. There's actually there's a water fountain in Bath, just outside the Abbey, which has it's been written on it. Water is best.
It is.
And it is. You don't need to put salt. Why would you put salt in it? I'd have a glass of water with salt. You imagine going to a restaurant, going, "Can I have some water? Put some salt in it, please."
Put some salt in it.
Good talk.
Hot talk. Bold talk. Talk radio.
Listen on your smart speaker.
Watch it live on your smart TV.
The world headquarters of common sense.
Talk Radio.